Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do something quick, I think slightly quicker than what we had the previous 2 weeks, which was the Missing Link Ultra Magnus and the custom rung. Today we're going to talk about making Missing Link on a budget. This is my attempt at making a Missing Link Cliffjumper from Titans Return, Chase or Roadburn. So as you can see right here, there's already been some slight changes from the stock Roadburn. As you can see, I've removed these front details with isopropyl alcohol. There's also a few places I've added paint and removed paint as well. I have painted this part black and removed all of the black on the sides here. There's a bit of black here that I cannot remove with isopropyl alcohol because it's just so in there. I've also dyed these parts, the inner shoulder parts, black, mainly because I wanted it to appear more smooth and because when I use the ball joint here it doesn't rub off as easily. So yeah, again, because it's dyed, does not come off, so it's perfect. I also replaced the chest Autobot logo with a slightly shinier silver Autobot logo. This is the version of Cliffjumper I wanted to match. This is the keychain version, and this is the only one I've got, so this is it. As you can see, I've got a slightly metallic one here. I wanted to do a rub sign, but because this one doesn't have a rub sign, it doesn't really resonate with me as much. I'm going to do Missing Link Bumblebee once I get the SS86 one. Although my Bumblebee doesn't have a rub sign, I'm going to use a rub sign on that one. I've painted the middle of the wheel chrome with this chrome pen right here. It's not really monotile, I don't know how you call it, but it works really nicely. I've painted my retro series Perceptor with that as well. So yeah, this is really nice, and I've left it for a week to dry. It should be fairly solid. For those who haven't encountered a chrome pen before, this is how it works. So you just literally just do it on. Try and not like go over the same spot over again, so the top part looks quite nice. Obviously it's not fully mirror reflective, but you can see sort of my finger now. That's quite cool. So leave this for a week to dry and it's all good. So this doesn't look like Cliffjumper at the moment. Let's start with robot mode. Let's transform him back. So the main difference here is obviously the head. Thanks to the sort of circular peg here for the head, I easily measured the head and replicated the G1 head sculpt right here. I printed this in 2 separate pieces, so the back plate and the face are one piece, and then I stuck a silver metallic sticker right here, and then the red of the helmet is one piece as well. I just slotted this on here and glued it on so it doesn't make a messy paint job, especially on the face. Because at such a small scale, you'd want everything to look perfect, don't you? So this goes on perfectly, and I think this is really in scale as well. And I think that already brings this toy really close to how this looks. If you're really inclined to do so, you can detach this part, and that's why I painted the backs of the arms black as well, because when you reattach them, it gives it a more slender look, and it also brings it way closer to the original G1 look right here with the wheels as well. So reattach that. Yep, that already looks really G1, as you can see. So the only thing that's missing now is the top of the windshield and, you know, the spoiler part. That I cannot replicate without ruining the transformation, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. To add more of a G1 effect, I modeled and printed this gun as well that I chromed out with the same pen, left it for a week to dry, so when I touch it, it's cured, I think, so I won't leave as like a permanent fingerprint. Like any fingerprints I leave on, I could just, you know, rub off like regular chrome does. So yeah, this is my Missing Link Cliffjumper on a budget. I'm really happy with it. The reason I bought Chase to do this Missing Link Cliffjumper and I didn't do Bumblebee while I was at it was because this alt mode looks really similar to that alt mode, whereas the G1 Bumblebee was a Beetle, so doesn't really make sense for me to use that. In articulation, he still retains the 360 on the head. Ball joint at the shoulders, ball joint at the elbows, kick 90 degrees, bend at the knee 90 degrees as well. No ankle pivot, but what do you expect from a 2017 Legends class? That's more than enough rambling about the robot mode. Obviously, you'll have to reattach these arms here. And you might think because the head is so rectangular right now, it ruins the transformation. It doesn't really. You just have to rotate it to the side right here, and then just the whole transformation continues as normal. So the arms just go up like that, and it doesn't touch the face. Right, so this is how it looks when I'm about to close the lid, like that. Still closes perfectly and still provides ground clearance for the wheels to roll in alt mode as well. So like that. And this still sits higher than the wheels itself, so that works. One of the reasons I chose this toy was that the legs really reminded me of G1 Cliffjumper, of how they just collapse like that. Yeah, just the whole vibe of this really reminds me of G1 Cliffjumper. Some people say that I chose the worst Bumblebee mold to make this toy, and for the longest time I couldn't think of an alternative to say, oh, actually this is worse, this is the worst mainline. But we've had some pretty good Bumblebees throughout the year. This was pretty good as well. I think, just off the top of my head, the Universe Legends class is worse than this, so that's that. While we're at it, let's see if I can fit the gun in the alt mode where the Titan Master could sit, and yep, still pegs in perfectly. So weapon storage, there you go. So this was a really quick custom, and again, I'm really happy with the results. This is just me rambling about a new toy I made. I've grown to like making these videos with my phone now because it's so much easier to set up. I know it's sort of a lazy way, an excuse, but it just really relaxes me, and I love putting content out there. Look, G1 Cliffjumper. There you go. And I think I'm just really proud of this head sculpt as well. I've managed to capture the G1 Cliffjumper head almost perfectly, I think. So I aim to make a new video every week. I am in the process of assembling a Missing Link G1 Rodimus Prime. If you go through my community posts, you could see the renders of it. The files for this Cliffjumper head and gun are on Cult 3D. I've put the link in the description as well, so if you want to join and make this with your Titans Return Roadburn, feel free to sort of download the files and try it out yourself. I have the Bumblebee version already modeled out. I just have to wait for the SS86 to come out. That's how I made Missing Link Cliffjumper on a budget. So I don't think I'm going to have to buy the Missing Link Cliffjumper itself, the actual one. And I think these two look perfect together. One in robot mode, one in alt mode as well. Something about these Legends classes, man. They are so charming, and it's a shame that core class is ending next year, but what can you do? Buy more core classes, but I think they've already made the choice. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.